as what we're made of inside, and the way this group bonded together and just didn't give up and believed in each other and believed in what we were trying to do. So I do feel like, you know, this is all about having the right people. And, you know, Brad and I have gone to great lengths to make sure that we have people that are about what we're about and that are built that way. And they're guys that just don't give up, and they'll just constantly go to work, constantly compete. And so now we're just trying to sharpen those guys and try to pull the most out of it, and then collectively as a team get the best 53.
I just love his voice. I could listen to his voice all day long. That's why I'm pumped about Hard Knocks. But this team is interesting because, sure, they finished 13-1, but they had a pretty good run at the end of the season where they were 500. And for the Lions, that's where the bar is. That is improvement.
You said they were 500.
They went 3-3 down the stretch, so they were 500.
I'm not a scientist or a mathematician, but 3-13-1 is not 500.
But it's not. But 3-3 is how they finished.
Okay.
And I think it's interesting the offseason moves that they've made. They brought in DJ Chark and Mike Hughes, and Dan Campbell has assembled a staff filled with former players.
Correct.
And I would think that goes a really long way in terms of building trust in an organization with players.
I've been very critical of Coach Campbell based off, you know, when he was picked up as a coach and he went through his whole his first interview. It was very passionate.
You didn't like that?
Well, he just came. It was a little aggressive. How about that?
It was a little extra.
It was a little extra. But just also seeing what he's done, I have to go back and say, I'm really impressed with what he's done and how he's doing things. You're talking about a team that, yes, they were 3-13, but 7 losses by single digits last year, right? Second most in the NFL. That's also telling me that they're close, and that they're on the verge of doing some really special things. And somebody listens to this say, you're talking about the Detroit Lions. That's my point. We know what the Detroit Lions have been for a very long time, and I believe Coach Campbell has them on the verge of changing that culture. The way the type of players that he's bringing in, the type of coaches that he's bringing in, he's saying that he's all in, he's invested, and he's giving these young men and some of these old guys an opportunity to say, hey, can you change this culture? And Coach Campbell is doing that. And so I'm really encouraged by what I see and really excited to see how much they're going to fight. Seeing your coach get so emotional and so invested and not letting his guys quit. Not saying that they have, but when you know you have a coach that's telling you, I'm all in with you, and we can't get better, and this is what we need to do, that's somebody you want to go play football for. And just watching it from a 10,000 viewpoint, he's a guy that you can really get excited about, and this is a team that feels like they're on the upswing of being a different Detroit Lions team.
Yeah, and it almost feels like you've come a little full circle on Dan Campbell. The things that you were maybe critical about with him in the beginning, you kind of like a little bit now.
Yeah, I do. I like some days. You know, he's a shot of coffee with some extra shots that sometimes just give you the jitters.
I like it though.
Not me.
I need that.
Sometimes, like, you know, we travel a lot. When you sit next to somebody that got the jitters, you make you question yourself.
That's why we get along.
It's hard to relax on a flight when you got somebody like Dan Campbell sitting there, you know, twitching it out because he had 8 shots of coffee, and it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
I know, it's a lot. I mean, and I mentioned the staff filled with former players. He's got Aaron Glenn, Aubrey Pleasant, Mark Brunell, Antoine Randall, Deuce Staley. I mean, I'm really excited to see how all of that kind of comes together and shines